Discussions continue in the House on the Farm Bill. Good afternoon. I'm Susan Littlfield on the Rural Radio Network. As they worked late into the night, Congressman Jeff Fortenberry gave me a call to talk about the Farm Bill, the discussions that were happening on the House floor, and what it means to Nebraskans.
Yeah, it's an amazing phenomenon. The Farm Bill is, of course, a critical piece of legislation that creates, through public policy, stabilization of agricultural markets by providing some risk mitigation procedures, programs for farmers so that they are not subjected to forces that they cannot control. We've been doing this for so long now that we've kind of forgotten that the farmer can't control. He can work hard, he can produce the best possible crop, and then have collapsing prices. So the Farm Bill is an important piece of public policy fundamentally to ensure a stable food supply for America, but also the world as we export much of our food. The second component of it, though, is what we call the nutrition title, which is food security for poor and vulnerable persons. So the two dynamics of food security, making sure that farmers are protected from any downturn that they cannot predict or cannot control, and that those who are in need for food security have a bit of assistance. It's the combination of those two things that creates the Farm Bill process, and that occurs every 5 years. So we're starting it right now in the House of Representatives, and we are, frankly, in the midst of this debate. Amendment considerations will be coming shortly.
My understanding that there is such a divide right now.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, maybe even sign of the times. The Farm Bill is usually exempt from the harsher political realities that divide the country because it does unite urban and rural communities, and has traditionally united Republicans and Democrats who represent farm states and urban areas. This year, there's a breakdown in that regard. There is a divide over the nutrition title, some proposed changes to the SNAP program, which would implement for those who are able and have capacity with a lot of exemptions to seek work or to seek training for work. There's a philosophical issue here. The issue is, again, I've been a very strong supporter of food security and protecting the vulnerable, and this is to help people through when there's a rough patch. And most people are on food stamps, SNAP, for about 9 months. Some people, because of diminished capacity or reasons beyond their control, more permanently, but most people are on it for about 9 months. So the idea here is it's a transitional program when persons hit a rough patch so that they can find their way to better times. And when things get smooth, they can transition off of it. That happens a lot naturally, but having the ability or having the requirement to move toward productive work or training so that you can have the adequate skills for work is a part of the bill, and that's caused some controversy.
There was 100+ amendments that were being added to this bill, a chance to really kind of get a discussion going about what was best for rural America?
Well, it's going to continue into the night tonight and then into tomorrow. So we're really just on the beginning of the legislative process here. Hopefully there's some breakthrough, and that, again, the changes to the nutritional title that help transition people from SNAP into meaningful work are not misunderstood, because that can be so easily politicized, unfortunately. But I'm very proud of a provision that I was able to get in the Farm Bill. We call it the Rural Health Insurance Act, but it is a provision in the Farm Bill that actually will help qualified agricultural associations create risk pools for the provision of health insurance. You know, I get pieces of mail all the time where farmers and ranchers, others in rural communities, completely priced out of the insurance market, as much as $40,000 out of the pocket. So when a person's making $90,000 as a family, how are they going to pay for $40,000 of insurance premiums and co-pays and deductibles if someone gets sick? It's just not possible. So they're either going without it, or one of the family members has to leave the farm or ranch and go to work simply in an institution for the benefit, and that could potentially hurt the farm operation. Or people just go without, or transition to the Medicaid program, and you really don't want to see any of that happen. So this provision would, again, provide some subsidy, like we do in other areas of the rural economy, for housing, economic development, crop insurance, to underwrite the formation of new health insurance risk pools that would then be provided by qualified agricultural associations. like a crop or a larger other type of insurer, a crop, a co-op, or rather a larger other insurers, in order to help provide more choice and lower cost for farmers and ranchers for their health care. It's a transformative idea. In fact, just a little while ago, I was on the phone with the Vice President Pence, and we talked at length about this provision in the Farm Bill. Susan, I appreciate the opportunity to talk to you about the Farm Bill dynamics, but I think it's important for listeners to know, and I hope this doesn't embarrass you, but I'm so proud of your son, Brian, joining the Army. He's leaving Sunday. I know his mom is going to miss him, but his mom is extraordinarily proud. So are we.
And yes, those comments from Congressman Jeff Fortenberry did catch me off guard, but he made me promise I would include it as part of the story.